Hey guys, Dreadbean joined by Sapphire. This is game two between Pinder, the green Protoss, and KJH, the purple Terran. Now, this game two is on Metalopolis, so we had a good first game, Seth. Looking forward to the second one.
Yeah, game two of this King of Hill Australasia series with KJH up 1-0 now. So, obviously complaining about a few laggers there, which is obviously Pinder's being really nice about it. And just interesting to find out if KJH is going to go the same opening. In that game, we saw a jungle basin. That expansion that KJH took really early was defended by the destructible rocks, whereas this is Metalopolis, and your expansion is wide open. You don't have those nice little chokes to defend. You've got this huge area to defend, and you've got side attacks, and you can do sneak buys onto the ramp and then get into the main. So it's a little bit tougher to defend than that expansion on jungle basin. So interesting to see what opening we're going to see from KJH, and whether Pinder is going to go for the same fast expand that we saw and into Templars, which would have been effective if he just reacted in time and was paying a little more attention. So hopefully Pinder's had his cup of coffee and he's ready to go for this one.
I think he's playing Madden, because that's what I've been doing recently, and it's been drawing my attention away from Starcraft. So I'm going to be in defense of Pinder there. He's just, hanging out doing other stuff. He doesn't really care much for this one, but it's just a bad start for the one game, and I'm sure he'll recover well. We'll have to see what his response is. So.
Yeah, clearly he's sitting there playing Xbox. His APM is just that nuts that he can sit there and play a StarCraft game against none other than KGH, as well as play Xbox with his feet. So yeah, no, pretty impressive feat there by Pinder.
So this little probe just hanging out in this base, being followed by this KJH's SCV. So it's all pretty standard so far. Gateway, extra pylons, surprise. So we'll have to wait to see if there's any crazy business going down. KJH putting the barracks, of course, at the ramp. So that'll be protecting. Now we'll have to see if Pinder's probe can stay alive as long as he did last time, because it did annoy him quite a bit. It was in there for like half the game I'd say a quarter of the game at the start there. So he did quite well to keep it alive. So I have to see if this one Marine does better this time.
Yeah, looking like a bit more of an aggressive opening from Pinder, throwing down that second gateway before the Cybernetics Core finishes. Cybernetics Core going up at 16, so much more interested in getting early pressure on. And there was a little bit of a giveaway there by KJH. He positioned his barracks in the middle here, and Pinder saw that, and he left the room there for that fast add-on, which is always a giveaway that, unless they're deliberately going to put a supply depot in there, it's that room that's been allocated for that tech lab. So they're obviously thinking based on getting that fast tech lab. So we might even see a fast Reaper here. But no, we are seeing concussive shells. We're going to see super fast Marauders coming out just to go to work on Pinder there. But meanwhile, Pinder's second gateway is almost coming online now, getting his Stalkers online. This Stalker might be trapped. That's terrible placement. I'm not sure if that Stalker can actually get out there. I think he might be stuck, which is another terrible blunder there by Pinder. Unfortunately, he needs looks like he might need another cup of coffee, because I don't think that Stalker is going anywhere.
I'm telling you, man, it's the Madden. Well, I guess he's gonna have to research those Blink Stalkers to get this guy out. So a bit unlucky there, but he's just he just needs to wake up with it. That's all.
Yeah, these things happen, and it's just annoying when they do. Fixing the rally point there, making sure that no more Stalkers join him in this little pylon party that's going in, and he can't get out there. Fast Robo coming out, 2-gate into Robo here, but this attack coming in from KJH already. Got those Marauders out, looking to apply pressure straight away. Marine going down pretty cheaply, but the Marauders got this concussive shell super early, slowing down this Stalker, and this other Stalker cannot... this Stalker is basically like a cannon there. Pinder admitting his stake. He's basically built a weakened version of a photon cannon, and KJH gets to kite Pinder's troops around his base as a result. Reaper coming in. That Reaper got stuck down there. He was having a little rave party at the bottom of the steps. So now KJH going to work on Pinder's troops. Hopefully he doesn't drop any more in the little stuffed casks there. That Marauder going down. So Pinder's holding this off really well here. Lost a few more units than he should have, and he really had that stuck Stalker, which wasn't too great. But this Reaper's still alive, still going to work, has 2 kills, finally gets denied by this Stalker. So interesting to find out whether KJH is going to apply further pressure, but during this attack, he's kind of used that attack as cover to throw down his expansion, and we are seeing, once again, massive infantry drilled. 3 more barracks coming in after we see the first barracks pumping that Marine Marauder attack there. So pretty familiar opening from KJH. He likes to get masses and masses of barracks online and really get those Marine Marauder balls in. No heals, just stims, does as much damage as possible in the shortest space of time. That's the KJH way, and he does it so well. So interesting to find out what Pinder's going to throw at him to try and get himself even in this game, because he's now behind one base.
Yeah, we're just going to see more barreling from KJH. He's just going to start building these reactors, just a bunch of these reactors. It's nothing but Marines going to be coming out now. So, man, this is, yeah, I don't know how this is looking for, because KJH, I think he's very happy about the position he's in right now, because he did it quite easily last game, so there's no reason to say otherwise right now, because it doesn't look like Pinder so far has an answer just yet. He's only got a couple of these Stalkers, not building anything. He's actually got so many minerals. He's got 1,400 minerals just hanging out, so unless he wants to build like 8 expansions at the same time, maybe not that many, but what is going on with Pinder? I mean, all these gateways, I guess, is the answer.
I don't know what Pinder's doing. I think he is playing Madden. You may be onto something. He's just getting his fix of American football right now. Just building 4 gateways at once. There's no really reason to save up that much. I'm not sure. Pinder might just be throwing off his game a little bit, trying to get this Immortal out, but he was supply capped as well. Maybe he was answering the phone. But while this is going on, KJH has got an almost 2-to-1 lead in terms of economy. He's up 39 over 27 harvesters, so he's just crushing it, and he's in a commanding position. He's got 5 barracks online, 3 of them with reactors, pumping out the Marines. Got his engineering base so he can get these upgrades whenever he feels like it. Combat shield being researched. I imagine once Combat Shield finishes, we may see a push out with all these Marines who are going to get a nice little shot in the arm in terms of hit points. So, not sure if Pinder's going to be able to play himself back, because that's a big mistake pulling his minerals. Still got 600 unspent minerals compared to KJH, who, despite having almost a 2-to-1 mineral advantage right now, is spending all of his money so well out of these barracks, whereas Pinder is just playing the savings and loans version right now.
I mean, the good thing for Pinder is he does have all these gateways up. He did survive long enough to get these up now, so he can reinforce very quickly, very quickly with all this money he's got. So we'll have to see what Pinder's answer is, because he's going to push out with all these units. This proxy pylon, always love that, just to keep the pressure on. But there's so many of these Marines and this bunker, so we'll have to see how this works out.
Yeah, this many Marines is going to do nasty things to that Immortal. It mitigates high damage, not low damage with fast base attacks, so that's Immortal just getting shredded. They're really not worth the investment. These Stalkers falling prey to these massive Marines. Another bunch of stims going off as these Stalkers are just taking so much damage from such a basic tier unit. Kind of getting trapped here. He had to be careful that he didn't get trapped down near the Menk statue. Still a lot of units being slaughtered for KJH. He did lose that barrack, so pressure going off Pinder. Pinder's sort of holding his own in this fight, but the economic advantage of KJH is just flooding these troops out right now. Pinder going in once again, warping in more Stalkers, trying to go to work on this line, but KJH is just setting his units, not interested in preserving them whatsoever, just doing his damage as much as possible. Throwing another stim when they were almost dead anyway, doesn't care, just going to throw them in there. It doesn't really pay to be an infantry unit in KJH's army. You just get sent into the front line over and over again until you die, and then your replacements come in. He must be a big fan of conscription, because he's sending more and more units coming at this pylon here. If Pinder loses this forward pylon, this attack's going to lose all its momentum. KJH still losing a bunch of units, even bringing an SCV to get involved in this dust up here. Going to work on these Stalkers. How did this Stalker survive? I do not know. No shields, 4 hit points. That's a beastly Stalker somehow survived, but more units just flooding in from KJH, and Pinder calls GG. It's just too strong there, and I'm not sure what happened in the middle there when Pinder had so much saved, whereas KJH was, basically doing the exact same thing and just expanding a little later, throwing a little bit more early pressure, but in the end just setting as many Marines and Marauders Pinder's way as possible.
Man, it's just crazy how many Marines he just gets. Like, shows you how much 3 reactors and 2 tech labs do. It's just amazing to see him just completely go for it. Just constant unit production, just never letting the other guy ease up at all. Great play by KJH, so he goes up 2-0.
Yep, 2-0 and the King of the Hills, so we'll go to game 3.